Okay, great. Good afternoon. This is Jennifer Walls. I am recording for RCH 700. I am recording this for the purpose of demonstrating or showing my screenshots that will visualize some of the data that I analyzed using JASP. Okay, so I chose to do the data set, and this is the information that I was able to pull. Of course, there were subsequent steps, creating a comma separated value file, uploading it into JASP. And so here are my charts. Okay, so the first one that we have here was very simple, easy go. I've also used SPSS, so I was familiar with this part of the process. So this right here included three variables in my main data set. The test name, it gave the mean score, the basically the standard deviation, what was the lowest score, what was the highest score. So that was the information that's contained in there. So I did, the information was limited because it was a lot of information in that data set. So for analysis purposes, to meet the objective of the assignment, I decided to analyze this data here. And this is summarized. Actually, the Excel or the CSV file is much longer. So basically, getting deeper into it, after running JASP for the tongue-tied descriptive statistics, we noticed that some exams had higher scores than the other. For example, early childhood education and teaching reading, they tended to have higher mean scores. They're sitting up in here. Also, it suggested that most test takers performed at similar levels on these exams. But in contrast, the test in math and science here in this group definitely had lower average scores, and it could be related to the difficulty of the content area, or it could be attributed to how well those test takers prepared for the test. Um, Moving on here. Sorry, I lost my key. This was another screenshot that I did. This is a box plot. What it does is it looks at the overall distribution of the scores. So basically, distribution is referring to how all of the scores fell and within what range. It helps show the middle score and how spread out the scores were, and whether there were any scores that kind of fell outside of there. Like you can see there were some here and some here that kind of fell like outside of what the normal range was. So I guess you would call them, outliers or whatnot. So basically, um, looking here, this showed that some of the scores seem to be grouped within different ranges there, depending on the subject. Um, Overall, the analysis showed clear differences in performance between practice exams. Some exams appeared easier for test takers, while others were more challenging. So, using simple descriptive statistics in JASP made it possible to understand these patterns um, without needing advanced statistical calculations and methods. So the software is very useful for that, I see. So very interesting. So and there are my charts. Thank you so much.